was before Milford TV could tape it for us.
Oh, wow.
That was too bad.
No, they're only
But
5 years old. So.
I know it, I know. And so we have a group of people that are members who have never seen a flower show or put one on. And there's staging that needs to be done. We need to decorate the room with the proper features so that the people can do their designs. But the main thing that we came to tell you is this is not only celebrating our 50th anniversary, it's celebrating Milford.
All right.
Some of the titles is celebrating music history.
Right, I was just reading that music history.
Celebrating the 4th of July.
That would make sense.
At Fino Field.
Right. Celebrating 50 years of the Greenleaf Club. Oh, wow.
The granite industry,
Pardon?
the granite industry,
Oh,
I
yes.
see you have the Charles River, the Upper Charles Trail,
yes.
the
wow.
granite industry.
You got all kinds of, that's just,
This
wow.
town has such a rich heritage. to
Really it
celebrate.
does, and
Yes.
for you guys to be doing this is just fantastic. And I must say that my wife's a member of the club, so
She
she's
is.
probably gonna be, hopefully she'll be involved in this. She just loves it.
I was her mentor.
That's right. Well, that explains
When
a
she
great
first came.
deal now. That explains a great deal about her attitude.
But what we did was we contacted the Historical Society in town, and they offered us some real old pictures.
Yeah.
This is the granite industry, and it's so that there's a whole book full of these kinds of pictures, but we would share them with the people that are gonna do the particular design.
Right, so they can get an insight into it, and, yep.
They can see what it looked like when the quarries were being done, and, you know, they
Wow.
it's very interesting, and I don't know how you can interpret flowers for what they did up in those quarries.
Well, yeah, but it's.
Lots of pink.
Lots of pink, and that's one of the things about the quarries here. It's one of the few places in the world where you get pink granite.
I have to tell you, I was in Chattanooga, Tennessee last summer, and I was looking at the Civil War monument, and I noticed that it was pink granite. And I said, this can't be Milford pink, I'm in Tennessee. I haven't seen it further south than New York City. And I looked it up, and sure enough, the granite was from Milford.
Yes.
They let you into Tennessee?
Yes,
Oh.
The Lincoln Memorial has it,
Lincoln Memorial
and
has it.
Boston Public Library. So we hope to, the museum will be open. They're
Oh.
graciously opening it for the hours of our show.
Now, what's another link between the Lincoln Memorial and Milford?
I don't know.
When you go to see Lincoln sitting in his chair, the gentleman who sculpted that
Oh,
also
French.
did Daniel Chester French.
Yes, yes.
Also did General Draper's work.
Yes, he did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you been to his studio
No,
out in Western Mass?
no, I have not.
Fascinating. It's very interesting.
Wow. See, now you just learned something.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Worth a trip.
Okay. What are some of the other historical things that are being
Well,
recognized?
we have the Upper Charles River, the industrial heritage. Some people were very interested in making boots as containers for their flowers.
For all the shoe shops.
Right, shoe shops. This was a big
Yeah.
area of shoe
It's
manufacturing.
not that long ago, the shoe factory buildings were still standing.
Yes.
Right where the senior center is was one.
That's true.
Well, way back when shoe manufacturing was done was like a home industry. They were done in home, you know, all around this area, Blackstone Valley, and we have a small shoe shop that's about the size of this in Upton. It's a historical site where someone made boot shop.
I believe it's Bragg started it is credited with starting it in Milford, and he sold out of his saddlebags.
Right. Yeah.
You know, he made boots. And
We had lots of rules with our design
I
section,
saw that.
as you saw it, where, as part of the Federation of Garden Clubs, Sandra's one of our judges, not of our show, but she for the Federation.
She's an official,
a
yeah.
official judge. So we have official judges coming from other places that don't know us so well.
Yeah, that's
Make it fair.
unbiased, right.
And so that it's interesting to think that you can put a beautiful flower arrangement together, and then the judge comes in and says, it's a wrong color pot. Or you've got a cord to that stem.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's interesting because it teaches you what you should do next time you enter a show. But it's
That's interesting because, generally speaking, you look at flowers, you go, oh, the flowers are beautiful. You wouldn't think that the stems being a little crooked or the wrong, that would make that much difference. So it's really kind of interesting, the detail that the judges go through.
There's a whole list of things when you judge a flower show or an arrangement that you have to do. And a lot of it is basic art principles, balance, rhythm, size, scale, proportion.
Rhythm. I've never seen a flower dance, but I suppose as a flower child,
well, as it moves throughout, and
Right.
if you have something great big in the center, they might say that stops the rhythm. Your eye, it's a bullseye. You stop there.
wow.
So it's quite complicated, and you have to go to school for 4 years.
to be oh wow.
You do, and you have to pass numerous tests, and you also have to do what they call refreshing every 3 years.
Wow, and she's a member of the club. So, wow, you have that benefit, so.
I'm interested, how did the club start?
That's a late.
Oh, my goodness. I moved to Upper Purchase Street in Milford in 1968 in February. In March, I was asked to go to the garden club. I was asked to go to the bowling league, and I was asked to go to the Selectmen's Coffee. I told you that little
Yeah.
story, right? Well, the politics didn't interest me. And I said, I'm from Rhode Island. I said, you want me to put my fingers in that big ball? Are you kidding? In Rhode Island, it's duck pins.
Right.
With
Right.
little tennis balls, right? But I stayed with the garden club. It was a group of ladies from that end of town that had just gathered together. And they had done a little research on the Federation, but in the end, it was like over our heads. In fact, my first assignment was to take care of garden therapy, which is a thing that we do. Well, I thought I was taking care of sick plants. I really did. I mean, what did I know? I'm a city kid, right? And anyway, come to find out, garden therapy is working with some of the people that reside in nursing home. And it's amazing how effective that program is. So I switched. I found out what I had to do, and that started the garden therapy. But it was another few years before we became actually federated in 1970 or 71. But at that time, there were 3 of us sitting in a room saying, garden club? We can't be a garden club in Milford with 3 people. So anyway, one thing leading to another, we did get publicity. And the town crier helped us a great deal because when you started putting all our pictures in,
Oh, yeah.
our dialogue in,
True.
we got members and members. After the membership was 3, it did go up to about 34. And stayed that way until the town crier
Oh, wow,
publicity.
that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice, I'm glad we can do that.
When did you start doing the pots on the streets, the nice flower designs at the intersections?
Amazingly, each of the projects we do in the town have grown. And it was, the Federation offered a scholarship or a grant, I guess it was, not a scholarship, to, if the garden clubs did some civic development, is I think the title was called. So anyway, we got some pots donated from one of our local businesses. And then we went to the town, told them what we wanted to do, and they gave us rules and regulations, can't be too high on the islands, and
Right.
so that the visibility. And that's got to be 40 years old.
Wow.
It's got to be 40 years old. Along with that, we did the garden therapy from then. We also have a junior garden club.
Right.
We work with the young children in the after-school program in Milford. We do the library garden, and we're presently working on a little new design. Some parts of the garden need to be redesigned. So we're working with the Friends of the Library to do that.
Oh, wow.
We're business people. We get around.
All right.
I was going to say, I've been living in the area for a little bit longer than 40 years, and I cannot remember the street pots not being there. I was trying to just think of that in my memory, they've always been there. Just spring comes, summer comes, they're out.
I think the
and
first
they look
idea,
rather beautiful.
Excuse me. I think the first thing that we did when the Santa parade was going on was to decorate the islands with free greens that we could collect from people's properties and do that. And that kind of started it off, and we'd always have to get that done on the Friday after Thanksgiving, because that's when all us young folks were off work.
Oh, I like
Back
that.
in those old
Back in
days,
the olden
yeah.
days.
When you were 10.
When you were 10, 6, 7, yeah, 10, no, it'd be 16. It was 6, yeah, I have 10 years in the club.
But Sandra's not far behind me, you know. She doesn't boast 50 years,
Ooh.
but she's pretty close.
Yeah, I actually, the first time that Elaine was president, the next year was a friend of mine who was going to be president. And she said, you have to join the garden club. And I said, I can't. I'm in graduate school, I have 4 children, I have a job, there's no way I can fit that in. And she said to me, nonsense, you're coming. I'm going to be president and you're coming. So off I went and
And
met
there you go.
Elaine, and it was in the back of the Bonanza Steakhouse down on 140,
Oh, my
in the back
goodness.
room.
Wow.
And my friend's no longer in garden club, but I'm still there.
I was going to say, that's 3 buildings ago
Yeah,
at that location.
might be 4. We were at the Congregational Church. They were
Right.
very gracious to us, and then they were going to remodel, and we had to, yeah, maybe 3. We had to move, and the senior center was open for us,
That's
which was
good.
wonderful.
That would be the one on Winter Street then.
Yes, and it's a fabulous facility. And town's very good to us.
Well, you're very good to the town.
The community use has been wonderful with letting us use Memorial Hall, and it's such a beautiful building. If someone hasn't seen it, they need to come and see it when the flower show is there.
Oh, absolutely.
The granite steps, which are the Civil War battles inscribed on them, going up there are 4 windows. And those 4 windows are going to be filled with floral arrangements from florists that are
Oh.
donating
Wow.
beautiful arrangements, as well as the fireplace in the entry. And then the upstairs hall will be completely taken over by all of the arrangements
Oh,
and
wow.
this is the type of thing that we do. It's not of a flower show, but this is the type of
Wow.
interpretation of a theme. This happens to be the interpretation of a painting, which is in the background.
One on the left?
This
This
one
one?
right
Yeah.
here, yes.
Even I could figure that out. Oh, I have a future as a florist. No, never.
No. But you have to interpret the theme.
Right.
So if, say you have the construction, which is a type of arrangement, there are rules for construction, and that would be for the Milford granite industry.
Oh, wow.
And there are 4 people who are allowed to enter that class. And those 4 people, well, technically are in competition with each other, but it's all very friendly and all very nice. And then when the judges come in, they will award either a blue or a red, a second, a third, and a fourth, yellow and white. And they write comments on what happened. So it is a good learning experience.
Wow.
And it is not to win the ribbon, it's to have fun.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my theme.
That's
Yes.
the key. To have a little fun. To enjoy it.
Yes.
And
Right.
everybody does, because it's a learning experience. Some of the designs are going to be a buffet table, for instance. Now, we can't serve food and we can't have silverware, but you can do anything else you would set on a buffet table.
Oh, wow. So you can have coffee cups and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Serving dishes and
Wow.
such. And a picnic.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Sandra wrote the schedule, by the way. She has quite an imagination for titles.
Yes.
You sound like my husband.
But the little picnic table, we've acquired some staging, what we call staging.
Right.
They're little tables with, 2 feet legs on them.
Yep.
So it looks like it's sitting on the grass.
Oh, wow.
And then there's
That's the music for the Pheno Field. That's Pheno Field.
Pheno Field celebrations. So
Wow.
they have to interpret something that relates. And the title is important. It has to be something that you think of that would be pertinent to the event at the Pheno Field.
Right.
You know, and not a baseball game. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of planning, and people are working very hard.
It sounds like.
And it's very nice. One of the really nice things about it is some of the newer members have become involved in it. And Ellen Todd is staging chairperson, which is a big job. And I've gotten to know her better because, you know, there's 30, almost 40 people in the club now? No, almost 50, 60, almost 60.
Wow.
And
60, wow. So
yeah, I
it's
think
almost-
there's 58 or something.
I
And
keep saying there's 72, but I count differently.
No, you're not supposed to count legs.
so meetings are busy, and you do get to chat with people, but the new members, that's why we have a mentor program.
Right.
And that works effectively to keep people having some sort of a tie. And it, you don't get around and talk to everybody, and it's nice to see somebody and meet somebody at another level.
Right.
And
Someone different.
it's fun.
Different. You can be able to share information and, oh,
Yep.
yeah, and this teaching is a fun thing anyway.
It's really a lovely group of people.
Yeah, I would, I think
Very
so.
pleasant, very cooperative. They always come through, always.
Well, it sounds like a great way to celebrate your first 50 years and kick off the next 50.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna be around too.
All right, good for you, good for you, good for you. That's a good thing.
There is a National Garden Club judge who is 94. And when she was 88 years old, I traveled with her to Brazil
Oh, wow,
to judge an international floral exposition.
oh, wow.
And she was so spry, and so we went up this steep driveway to a luncheon that was being given. And she had to walk up and walk down. And she was walking down, and one woman from another part of the country said to her, you know, they have a Jeep. Maybe we should get it and you can ride down. And she never missed a beat, just steady as she went. And she said, no, thank you, I'm fine. And this woman very nicely said, well, maybe we could find a cane. And she stopped cold, and she looked at her, and she said, God forbid. So Garden Club ladies are a
Sturdy bunch.
sturdy group.
That's, I
I
can
was going to
believe
say,
it.
reminded me of the Dowager Countess on, what was the British show there?
Oh, yes. Masterpiece there? No.
Masterpiece,
How
yeah,
soon we forget.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can't think of the name.
We all know which one we mean, so.
Well, we almost
Downton
forgot to
Abbey.
tell you about our wonderful fundraising.
That's
Okay.
important.
It is important. We don't need a lot of money to do this show, but we do need a little. And the cultural councils from our local towns, Milford, Mendon, and Hopedale, have all granted us a little bit of money to help us put this show on. And we're very thankful for that thing. It's next to the back page.
Next to the Baptist Jet Press? wonder
And
who
I
that
know
is.
it's very important that you recognize their grants, so.
Thanks
Yeah.
to
Yes.
Claflin
And
Hills.
usually a condition of the grants, so we're happy to do
It is a
that.
condition of the grant, but it's our luxury to be able to say that because it really helps us to get some of the tables that'll need to be covered. And we were able to buy tablecloths this year rather than plastic. So it'll look quite nice.
Yes. And we're quite thrifty, but still, putting on a show of this scope
never-
It's not cheap.
isn't
Never cheap.
expensive. You have
No, it's
expenses.
Now, were those grants enough to cover everything, or are you looking for more, or?
We would never say no to more, but we're trying to keep within the budget, and then the garden club will add from our own treasury. We also have a fundraiser in November. We do a demonstration, and we sell tickets to that. And the public's fabulous support.
I know you have your plant sale on Dilla Street every year.
That's coming up a week from Saturday.
What's
May
the date of that?
May 19th, interesting, because there's one in
Okay.
Blackstone Valley. Garden Club is having a plant sale also. on
Tis
the
the
next-
season,
Yes, it is.
just like everyone knows, the plant sales work, but our plants are free to us because we dig them out of our own garden.
Oh,
Now,
It's all perennials that are hardy to this area, so
Okay.
when you buy them at the supermarket,
Oh, they-
sometimes they've come from South Carolina and they won't winter over here.
What do you demonstrate in November? That one I'm not familiar with, so.
It's a floral demonstration, and we have guest people come in, and really good speakers, nationally known speakers sometimes, and they will create a variety of arrangements. We try to make it for decorating for the holidays. And they'll do sometimes 7, 8 arrangements in front of the group that assembles, and then we raffle them off.
Yeah, I know my wife has gotten ideas at those things. She likes to do that stuff. Amazing.
And they're quite willing to let us copy what they do as
Oh, yeah.
well, because they're sharing what they do. And you say, well, I would never have put those 2 flowers or those 2 colors
Now,
together.
what's a good colorful perennial to plant outside someone's house?
What color? Blue? Delphiniums are great.
You have to start with the season. Lilac is right now.
Okay.
They're starting to bloom. Then, of course, the tulips and daffodils are out.
I've
So-
got about a 4-foot wide by 2-foot deep space in front of one side of my house that just needs to be planted. It's a white house, so I want some color in front of it.
Okay. You want a bush? You want
I prefer flowers to a bush.
flowers? Okay.
There's no flower that blooms an entire season.
That's true.
basically. So that what you would want to do is especially to choose the early blooming, you know. Would it take a little lilac bush? They have miniature ones.
Sure would.
Would it take some basket of gold, which comes next? It's a little plant that puts out these spikes with bright yellow. And
Okay.
it goes on all season. I did a big effort recently, well, maybe probably 20 years ago, that I didn't have anything blooming in the fall. And it's amazing what's out there. Montauk daisies, for instance, they look like white summer daisies, but they bloom in the fall. And there's so many perennial chrysanthemums. And so basically, you can ask one of us later, and we'll give you
A list of things to plant.
If you give us the
Well-
appropriate size.
I think I'll come to the 19th event and
In sunshine, it depends, sunshine or shade. And what you really should do is start with like a layering. Put the early bloomers in the front, they'll die down, and move back so that,
this is free landscaping advice.
Right. Oh, you pay a price, because now that you're gonna go to the plant sale. they're
Oh,
gonna
I'll
say
have to
We
go
have,
there.
we
'cause
have some, I took pictures of irises, my wife tells me. They're right by our rock wall that come up every spring. And they're red, white, and blue, and there are 3 of them, and they come up every year at the same time. That's kinda cool.
yeah?
I took a picture of them.
We'll have some white ones at the plant sale that I took out of my yard.
Ah, white.
But I have a pale blue that's hardly blue, but I never saw a red lily,
Really?
red iris.
Yeah, these, well, it's kinda not, it's
Yeah.
not totally red, I mean, but that's
Close enough.
close enough. That's why red, white, and blue, I think it's kinda neat.
I have dwarf irises that I donate to the plant sale every
Oh, wow.
year. And they never grow more than 6 inches
Well, that's,
tall.
yeah, that's the ones we're talking about, about this big. About that big.
Are you sure they're not crocuses?
I don't know. I'll show you a picture. I have a picture. I'll show you a picture.
Okay. So last comments, the event again is on, what's the date?
June 8th, June
All right,
9th,
And the plant sale is next, not this weekend, but the next weekend.
May
May
19th.
19th.
Okay,
And the downtown planters are May 21st.
Oh,
beautiful.
We are a
Monday
busy
night.
group.
yes, it sounds like it.
And believe it or not, guys, we're out of time. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. That was easy, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah,
terrific.
it wasn't too
Okay.
bad. Thank you so much.
Oh, our pleasure.